Welcome to the show this week, everybody. Today we will be looking at one of Permian High's greatest stars of the '88 season, starting quarterback, Mike Winchell, number 20. Hey guys, glad to be here. So Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about your life before Permian High?
Well, throughout my childhood, I was closest to my dad and my brother. They were my best friends. I was pretty reserved around everyone else. I loved my mom too, of course, but there just wasn't that bond that I had with my dad. He was my everything. He helped teach me most of what I needed to know about my football career after all. He got sick though, real sick. And he had to leave this earth. When he did, I lost it. It was like my everything just disappeared. Later, of course, I realized that he was in a better place now. No longer in pain. Just in the time, it hurt more than anything else I had ever experienced. My brother taught me something important following loss of my father. He reminded me that I should stay at Permian, make our pops proud, doing what I loved, playing football.
I see. So have you always loved football, Mike?
I'd say I have, yeah. Like I said, it was the thing I did with my dad. We worked together, shaping me up for the seasons, because it was my goal. My little heart had always been set on football. I just knew it was my thing.
Thank God for that too, because I know that I don't know what we'd do without you. So, Mike, why Permian High though, is my question.
Well, Permian's the best there really is out there, and we just happen to live in Odessa already. I do hate all the bad morals over here, but it's Odessa, so what are you gonna do?
And when you say bad morals, you are of course referring to?
The racism is the main thing, I'd say. The people in that part of Texas just don't have it all figured out. I don't think they really will ever, if I'm being honest with you. It's a little better now than when I was a child, of course, but when my father was growing up, it was even worse. The white folks down there just think everything's naturally made for them. And they don't want to much share with anyone else, especially the rich ones. Those guys are just snobs.
And how do you think you managed to come out okay, Mike?
Well, obviously we weren't one of those privileged, rich families at least. We didn't have everything just given to us on a silver platter. We did have to work for it. So in a way, I understood what it was like to be a little different from everyone else at Permian. Just because something you're born into and you can't control what they want to judge you for it. So I just tried my best to stay kind to everyone no matter what they were born into. And though I always have been pretty quiet anyway.
Why do you think that is, Mike? Why do you keep to yourself so much?
I think some people are just born more introverted than others. And I think I'm one of those people. Plus, once my dad left, eventually my brother, I don't know, I just didn't want anyone else really. The people in Odessa kind of suck for the most part anyway. You can recall me saying how they all treated me different because I was poor and they were rich.
Sometimes it's just better that way. Stick to yourself instead of being let down by all the other crappy people in this world. You mentioned your brother left too. Well, I know he's not dead, so where'd he go?
First he moved away. Said he had to get out of this godforsaken town. I wanted to go with him, real bad, at first, after our father died. Said I didn't want to stay there neither. He convinced me out of it though, reminding me how I had to finish my dream as a Panther and make our father proud. Later he ended up in jail though, fell on the wrong side.
It's all very unfortunate. Hopefully he can shape back up soon though.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
So how was it like being a Permian Panther? I'm sure you were adored by the
I
crowd.
was certainly adored by the crowd. We all were, a little too much in fact. They expected the world from us. When we could fulfill that, things were good. They were real good. When we let them down though, it's like we could feel the wrath from the entire town of Odessa. They didn't care that we were just kids, trying to play a game for the fun of it. They expected us to be gods, granting them pride and glory. They tore us to pieces anytime we couldn't accomplish that.
That sounds rough. Surely it wasn't everyone though.
Oh, but it sure was. That whole dang town, from the coaches to the principals, to our fellow students and adults, and even most of the time our parents. I was fortunate enough to be born into the two citizens in town that didn't consider football as a life or death situation. Others on my team, though, really weren't so lucky. I swear some of those parents only had chosen them in the first place to try and make them Permian football stars. And they honestly probably shouldn't have.
Now is that targeted towards your fellow teammates or their parents?
The parents, of course. Apologies to you guys if you are in fact listening to this. But no, it's not your fault you have crappy parents.
Thanks for clearing that up real straightforward for us, Mike. So as a final note in this podcast, why don't you tell us what happened after your experience at Permian?
After I left, I transferred to Tarleton State University, where I majored in marketing and minored in accounting. I graduated there in 1995. Then I went to work in an oil company. I made good money at the time. Now I work as a surveyor, surveying houses and other building sites.
Would you say you're happy with where you're at right now?
I'd say I'm pretty okay now. I think it would have been better though if I hadn't spent so much of my younger years trying to get into the football career. Whenever I should have known that that was only a temporary thing. I do regret it a little. I just hope it brought my father some joy.
I'm sure he is very, very proud of you, of your accomplishments with football, as well as to see you doing okay now.
Thanks, and I sure hope so.
Well, thanks so much for being here with us today, Mike. We wish you the best of luck on the rest of your journey. This has been a fantastic session.
Glad to have been here, and thank you all at home for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.